Hey guys, gals, and Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Relax with RimWorld. And well, I'll tell you what, it has been a really long time since I've played, longer than I would have liked, and unfortunately the reason for that is that, well, you would have seen the announcement video. We had an unfortunate problem with my microphone over the last few episodes. I actually kind of recorded up to episode 15, and I lost all of those because of terrible microphone quality, and it was no good. So luckily the good thing is that after I finish every episode I do a save just in case something like this happens. Now I would never, as you could probably tell, we've had some terrible things happen so far. I would never go back on myself and try and redo something because it ended up kind of terrible. We've had terrible things happen, so I hope that's kind of evidence enough for that. But it's going to take me a little while for me to just kind of refamiliarize myself with where we're at the moment, because, well, a decent number of things happened while I was playing last, so yeah, it's going to take me a little bit to kind of get my head back into it and kind of figure out where we're at the moment, but I'm going to do my best to do that, so I hope you'll join me. We're going to dive straight on in and get started. We're going to get time rolling. Now, we do have pemmican out here at the moment, but I'm probably going to want to forbid that because obviously it can last a long time. The longer that we have it, the better. We want to be using these potatoes. We don't want to be using the pemmican at all. And I believe Storm is actually working on a trap there at the moment, possibly, or is playing horseshoes, in fact, because that's the perfect place to play horseshoes. You know what, we're going to go, we're going to deconstruct that right away, because that does not need to be there. What we do need to be happening right now is that I think Caitlin is actually making pemmican, so that's perfect, that's good. That is actually what we need to be happening, but we do need to make sure that research is happening as well. So Storm, I would very much like you to stop enjoying your life, and you can't prioritize research because it's a long-term task, so, well, I guess just fine, enjoy yourself then. I'm actually going to deconstruct these traps that are in front of the door here, because I've been told that we can probably go ahead and lay our traps out in a slightly different layout and it will be safe for our people. So that's kind of what I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do. If we do them in a crisscross kind of pattern, apparently we can actually have them laid out nicely so that they can actually walk between them. Our colonists, well, that is. Now, we are missing a door out the back here, so I'm going to go ahead and designate that as well, just so we can actually get that built. We'll just use some sandstone to chuck that door up, make sure that that gets built, and we actually need to build a door there as well, because otherwise they'd just be able to wander straight on in, and again, not good for us at all. Now, we do have a lot of room to be able to use. Now, this hasn't actually started growing yet. It's the growing season now. We are still in summer, but those summer days are kind of going through at the moment. Now, I don't know how cold it gets here, but the growing season does eventually stop, so it is something for us to keep in mind. Now, corn does last a long time as well. It takes a long time for it to grow, but it has a really good duration on it for how long it can actually last, so I might want to try and chuck down some more corn. Caitlin's in a poor mood, which ain't good. What is actually upsetting you at the moment? Wanted to sleep with Alice. He probably couldn't because that was set as a medical bed, so let's go ahead and make sure that isn't a medical bed, because Alice seems to be all better, which is fantastic, so he's actually feeling good. It looks like we'll be able to get a decent amount of the meat done, but with it spoiling in less than a day, it means that it is going to disappear really soon. So pretty much we're just going to need to make sure that no matter what, someone is doing that. Someone is actually cooking at all times, even if it is through the night as well. Now, Enza is just chilling with some stuff on his bed, and this is also a medical bed as well for some reason. I guess we were in recovery mode again, like I'm trying to say, like I'm doing my best to try and remember what we're doing here. Enza, just any bed is fine. I don't know, you shouldn't actually be injured at the moment, so yeah, there we go, that's okay. Yeah. Now, I'm wanting to do something different with these rooms here. They aren't going to stay as the bedrooms. I actually want to give them bigger bedrooms, and I'm just still trying to decide what I want to do in terms of the layout with that. Because we have a few options. I mean, obviously we've got a lot of space down here that we can work with, but we also have this region up here as well, and I'm kind of like, I'm thinking maybe if we do a residential area, we do residential up here, and then all of our work and industry we do kind of down this side, just to try and keep them separate, just so that there's no noise that's transferring. We've got 500 fucking potatoes. That's not bad, and that's just what we've got there. We've got even more out here. I mean, like, we've got over 1,000. over 1,000 potatoes all up. So I'm pretty stoked with that. I mean, it's great. It's a good amount of potatoes. I'm happy. You know, what can I say? Caitlin is still cooking throughout the night like a boss. Good work. I like to see the effort that she's putting in there. I'm gonna be forbidding these kind of piles of pemmican because I do want that to be saved. Okay, all right, so we didn't have any construction done today, which is a little unfortunate. I might have to look at the workloads to see if we do have anyone that is dedicated to construction, and we don't. So we need to actually look at getting someone to do that. So maybe Songbird could look at doing that right now, because 7 ain't nothing to scoff at. I mean, I know Chip is our best constructor, but Chip is doing so much else, the growing, the mining, everything else. So yeah. The question is, how do we want to kind of do a hallway here? Because at the moment it's a little weird. At the same time, I'm wanting to turn that into like a military area. But again, that could kind of work if we were doing, you know, military area here and then residential. It means that they'd be able to run to the kind of military area very quickly. Yes. Okay. All right. I need to start designating. And I'm probably just going to try and keep the hallways. The hallways, it would be good if we had them as 2 wide. Obviously, it takes more mining to be able to do that. I do want to leave this whole section here for military, like I said. But I'm thinking if we kind of go up like this, that should be enough to, you know, to start kind of like working around the outsides here. I'm just wanting to actually kind of try and work around that at the moment, because obviously we don't want to be. Well, them sleeping next to the tomb is okay, but we don't want to be too close to that tomb right now. Now, as for the room sizes, I'm thinking 4x4. The only thing that's annoying about 4x4 is that there is an offset with the door, which really irks me. But 5x5 just seems too big. Maybe 5x5 is worth it, you know, allowing them to have that for their own personal space. Again, it seems excessive. No, you know what? Well, we're gonna go 4x4. It's controversial, I know, but we're gonna go 4x4 for these new rooms. Now, as to where they're gonna kind of come in, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm actually gonna get this corridor to kind of like link up. I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to do. So we'll just have to put a turn in at some point. It's a bit weird though, isn't it? It's a bit weird, but it kind of works. It kind of works. We could go down one more like that. Yeah, that works. And so that's our first 3 rooms. And so obviously we're going to need, well, actually at this stage we're only going to need 6. So we could probably get away with just doing this, which, you know, I'm kind of actually happy with. And then we'll just do the same kind of thing around the other side here. With the corridor, so just building straight down like that, and that's going to be our new residential zone. And as for the doors, I'm thinking we kind of do alternating, just so it's not like crazy gonna drive me mental. It's gonna I can't do it there. Where can I do it then? Maybe alternating is not a good idea. Let's not alternate. Just do them like that. That works. Okay, yeah, so that is what we need to do. So hopefully, I think someone will get onto that. Consuming pemmican, we don't want that. I'm guessing that is probably, we're going to forbid that load there, and let's go and forbid that as well. So Chip, you're more than welcome to go and get something else to eat. Unfortunately at this stage it is just potatoes because we don't actually have any meals done, because I guess we're still trying to get that pemmican made actually. So Chip is just going to go and eat some raw raccoon meat. Cool. Okay, the raw food is not good. I don't want them eating raw food, but what can you do? What can you do? We want to just get as much pemmican made as possible, and then we'll start making normal meals. So Caitlin is having a bit of rest at the moment. Who do we have on backup cook? I think Storm. Storm is our researcher as well. He's the keeper, so, you know. Let's see, Caitlin and Owlus. Okay, Owlus, what are you up to at the moment, buddy? You're making pemmican. What a boss. Good work. Get to it. Felix and Songbird are out there doing some work. Actually, Felix is just cleaning dirt at the moment. Felix, are you potentially a miner that we could use? Because I know Felix is mostly cleaning at the moment, but 4. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know what? We're going to put it on 1 because we do have so much mining work to be done right now. And I'm not so worried about cleaning and crafting. So we're just going to get him getting to work on that. And I would like to see construction done today as well. You know, we've got Songbird, #1 priority being that at the moment. But I think she is just playing horseshoes. That still needs to be deconstructed. Come on, guys, get your act together. People, do me a favor. Look, see, those traps still haven't been deconstructed. We need someone that is actually just a dedicated constructor. So, you know, I mean, growing is important. We need food. Definitely need food. But, you know, I think this is going to be more important right now. So, do I look at... it looks like Enza's actually getting some mining on as well, which is good. What is Chip up to at the moment? Because Chip, you do have very dexterous hands, so... Oh, okay, no, we do need him harvesting that. Like, we got a heal root coming, and guys and gals, that's good news. We can actually heal ourselves. We do have some medicine, which is bloody brilliant, and he's actually planting some more. So, you know what, we're going to leave Chip doing that. Definitely going to leave him doing that. So I think it's going to be Songbird that is going to have to become the #1 for now. So Songbird, we're gonna put you on 2 on the rest of those. She shouldn't be doing any animal handling at the moment, so we should hopefully see some of that done. They are vomiting because, yes, they unfortunately were eating raw food. But now that that meat is done, this is the last of the pemmican. We're going to be... Actually, in saying that, it's come back inside. We've got 53 still, so that's more than I thought. What the hell? I don't want them throwing up. I'll let them eat the last little bits of it. That'll be fine. Storm is hauling. Brilliant. That's good. Glad to see that. Now, in saying that, we've got Songbird doing this, but we would also like her to be researching. No, Storm is the only set researcher. Caitlin and Enza are also researchers as well. Okay, so, I mean, either would be good. I feel like we always want to have someone researching, so while it's cool that Storm is doing some hauling at the moment, I think I'm probably going to give Felix #1 on hauling as well, and then pull Storm back, because we do need Storm to be doing that right now. So if I could get Storm to see, this is great. I mean, like, the hauling is very, very useful, but I also need research done. Research is so important, and I neglect it every single time. So we need that research to be done. What are we actually researching right now? We're researching smithing, so that, I mean, that's a big deal. Like, maybe I'll be able to convert some of these rooms into workplaces, maybe. The only unfortunate thing with that is that there isn't a lot of storage area around. We would usually want the workspaces to be very close to, like, a main storage facility, which I was kind of imagining being down here. So all that crap that we've just got sitting out there at the moment, I was probably going to create like a separate storage room for the bricks and the rest that we could store there. Yeah. There's still so much work to be done on that sculpture. One day we will be able to sculpt things, one day, but that is not this day, unfortunately. Now, as for these traps, I'm probably going to want to go and rearm these. So I'm just going to actually mark them for rearming. And I'm going to actually turn auto rearm off. And you know what, we're going to go, I know it might be crazy, but I've been told that if we kind of go like this, they should be smart enough because they know where the traps are. The enemy don't. So what will happen is that we will go through those gaps. That's the idea. We'll see if it works practically. We don't know yet. All this vomit that's kind of hanging out is a little less than ideal, but oh well, what can you do? We do need some help with the mining because Enza isn't too much of a miner by himself. And I'm guessing Chip is. Wow, look, Chip, man, you are killing it at the moment. You're doing a damn good job. All these strawberries going up is fantastic because the strawberries are going to be great. Those are potatoes. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're fired. Get out of here. No, that's fine. We are just going to get rid of the zone because we don't need those potatoes to be up there. So we'll kind of just let them grow by themselves, but we won't regrow there. I'm probably going to have to look at chucking down some more wood as well because it is our main source of power at the moment. We don't have electricity, so we are going to need to be very mindful when it comes to that, especially when it comes into winter. I don't think cold will be a problem, but it will just be a problem of us not actually being able to cook our food. Now that we've got strawberries, we can eat those raw without a penalty, but still obviously not ideal. We want to have some trees, so I'm probably just going to chuck down a zone along here, at least, you know, well, a multiple number of zones, and they're obviously going to be a little bit split up here, but I'm going to designate those for trees. So we're going to go poplar tree there, and we're going to go pine tree, because I'm guessing there is a growing time for these as well. Like they probably grow at different times of the year. They work better. I'm guessing the pines are probably be better in colder. Hey, and look at that. We've researched smithing. Okay, so that's awesome. Now, do I want to go straight for electricity? It's going to take a long time to research. I mean, 300, so it's going to take 3 times as long for us to research that, because our tech level at the moment is Neolithic. I'm wondering if we research every Neolithic technology, we enter the medieval age, which is this here. So this carpet making is a project, well, the project level is medieval. This is actually industrial, so we can see the differences in there. So I'm wondering whether or not, if we get that, that will then kind of like boost us up tech level. We're going to get it because it's only 700, so it's not going to take us too long to research. So we'll chuck that on there for now. And I just need to remember where I was actually up to here. So yes, that's good. Okay. All right. Okay, let's just go tech tree there as well. Okay, cool. So it looks like Storm is going to be sowing potato plants there, which is not what we wanted, but that's okay. He's going to go back and research now anyway. And Owless is actually going up there. Nice one, buddy. Nice one. And we have some more mining happening, but obviously, because these aren't our best miners, they aren't actually going to be that fast. Now, see, look, here we go. Perfect problem. It's happening already. We do have wood, but we are out of wood there. And who is actually meant to be cooking right now? Who is doing nothing? I think everyone's doing something. Caitlin is actually just relaxing socially, so that's all right. We'll let her relax for now. How are you doing at the moment? The peg leg's holding up. That's good. Okay, it's working out for Caitlin. That's nice to see. Actually, you know what? We need more fridge space. We're out of space here. So again, more mining needed. Just like mining is well, it should be becoming a little bit more of a priority of ours, maybe, because we do need that space. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see what everyone's doing at the moment, and let's see where they kind of stack mining wise. So we got a few with number 1 as the priority. So Felix is mining, which is good. 4, 2. Chip, you're just such a damn good miner. He's good all round. Now Songbird is doing a construction at the moment, and there isn't actually much construction to be done, so I'm going to go and chuck Songbird on number 1 from mining as well, just because there aren't any animals to handle or anything like that. So yeah, the good thing is that Enza will get better over time at mining, because Enza's passionate about it. But yeah, Caitlin is actually quite good when it comes to mining as well. But what do we have you doing at the moment, Caitlin? Actually, probably not a huge amount, unless Caitlin is actually doing cooking, which doesn't seem to be doing. No one has actually tried to refuel the stove yet, which is a little unfortunate, and I'm guessing it's probably because we don't have anyone that's dedicated to hauling, which would be Felix. Yeah. So let's chuck you on 2 for now. I know, it's a little counterintuitive, kind of like ducking backwards and forwards as to who we're using for what, but see, just that little bit there is enough to, you know, kind of get us back into action. And so that's good. All the pemmican that we have saved now, we've forbid it. So I'm going to hope that we can come back into here and we can unsuspend those, and we'll start getting some cooked meals again, which would be nice. Colonius needs treatment. Shit, what happened? What happened to Enza? Was there a collapse or something? How? Asthma, shit, okay. How do we treat your asthma, buddy? Talking, none. He can't talk right now. He's weakened. Okay, yeah, so someone did actually mention that this could become a problem, well, Enza's asthma, in that it's something that needs constant treatment. So let's send Enza over for now. We've got 15. We've got 15 at the moment. So maybe we might be able to do. We'll try and do doctor's treatment without using any medicine. which I know is stingy. I just want to see as an experiment as to like what's going to happen there. So our main doctor at the moment is Felix and Songbird. So they're both kind of equally good, but Felix is actually jumping over there and treating Enza right away. So we'll see what the kind of quality of the treatment is. Obviously, because he's not actually using anything, I'm guessing he'd just be using like steam and maybe something else that will help. So yeah, next treatment in 6 days. So it's now treated. So that's a good sign at least. I'm going to leave Enza in the medical bed for now, and then once it actually hits morning, I will turn that back to normal. We've got one cooked meal, so that's something. Unfortunately, when everyone gets up in the morning, they're all going to be eating raw food, but okay, a chunk of a spacecraft has fallen from space and landed nearby. Holy shit, that is a chunk and a half. Yeah, let's deconstruct that ship chunk. Where is it? It's actually a decent distance away, but someone will get up there at some point and do it, so that's good to know at least. Okay, and it looks like we do have our traps actually built, and they still seem to be standing up okay. Now, as to like me using traps right now, we need to do it. Just because we are a Neolithic tribe, we can't defend ourselves against armed bandits. Well, not easily. We can rush them, but we're going to get a shit ton of injuries from it. We really aren't in a position at the moment where we can try and fight using different techniques. And we will. Like, this isn't just going to be traps 24/7, you know. I am actually nice that she's actually getting up and making these meals before, so we might have a chance that some of them won't actually be raw. Yeah, so we aren't going to be doing it 24/7 using traps, you know, but for now we just need to, because that's what we have available to us. We don't have guns. We can't really look at doing like embankments and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. Now, Enza, I'm probably going to chuck you out of that medical bed now because everyone else is waking up, so you should be fine. Caitlin is going to be doing a decent amount of cooking today. Storm is researching up a storm, which is good. The new beds are starting to come along, which is good. But I am also wanting to look into our production because we have a chance to get a tailoring bench up as well. We've had a chance for a while, but I just haven't chucked it down yet because obviously we have priorities that we need to deal with. But we have this big space that we should try and utilize. We should try and use. Before actually digging out more room. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to use this area behind here as a large kind of storage area. So we'll probably have multiple doors running off into that. And we're going to use this as kind of our main kind of working and socializing area. Yeah. And as for the floor, because we do have a lot of floor in here, we probably could just smooth the whole floor in here. Because it's mostly stone, so we can. Over that area, unfortunately, we can't, because that's it's actually gravel. Yeah. So someone will get to smoothing there. I don't know how long it's going to take to smooth that entire area, but someone was actually telling me that, I can't remember which one of you it was, but someone was saying that the smooth floors are actually better in terms of beautification than the actual the cobblestone or the block floors. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I thought for a second then we had some rice actually coming in. The rice we're going to change out for corn, I think, because it's just not going to grow. We need super fertile soil to be able to grow rice, and there's none on the map. There's none. Like, I had a look around. There isn't any there, unfortunately. So that's a no-go for us, but we do still have more potatoes coming in. We are the potato kings, so we're going to make the most of it. We're going to keep on making meals. We're going to keep this pemmican stashed away for winter until we can find some more meat. Let's just do a quick little meat hunt, see if there is anything else. It looks like Songbird was up there. Yeah, she was taking apart that thing, so we got components, and only 8 components from that, which is a little shit, but that's okay. We do have some wood out there. Worst case scenario, if we need to grab some, we can. Agave fruits on the grow as well, but no animals, which I'm not surprised. We really haven't had a lot of luck in terms of animals so far. I mean, whenever they wander onto our field, they just die, so I'm sure they've figured out by now that this is not the right not the right place for them. But hey, look, we're surviving. We're making it. We're making it out in the extreme desert, which isn't an easy setting for us to survive in, especially as a Neolithic tribe. But, you know, we are doing our best. We've got 300 pemmican stashed away, which is essentially 30 meals. So it's not bad. Yeah. not bad. So that'll keep us alive for a little while, but obviously I'd like to have a lot more stashed away, so we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, well, this is going to wrap us up for this episode. I'm glad to have this back. I'm glad to be getting stuck back into it. I hope you'll join me for the next one, and who knows, it might be a little bit more action-packed. This has actually been a relaxing episode of RimWorld. For, the whole series so far, Let's Relax with RimWorld hasn't been very relaxing, so it's been a nice change of pace. And I know I was tempting fate. I was totally expecting us to be attacked in these last few seconds here, but we haven't, so hey, it's working. Alrighty, I have been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.